Welcome back from the Dark Discussions. I'm here with Mr. Hurricane himself, Peter McNeeley. Now, Peter, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good to hear. So, what is your title, your background, and your story?
I like to think of myself as and it's a fact, I am a third generation pro boxer. Retired, of course.
That's right. Any other
Um,
statuses, titles?
Obviously, the former USBF heavyweight champion belts up there was, well, I'll show it to
Yeah, that's fine.
we will in a moment.
Yeah, whenever.
God rest my wife's soul. We were together 9 years this past late October, and we were married almost 7 years. But she passed this past June 14th, and there's so many times I should be dead that I'm so grateful to be alive. Especially after that, I'm even more grateful.
It's tough.
Hey, you gotta have the heart of a fighter.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I have. That's how I have dealt with the many. That's how I've dealt with the negativity of my life. But it's always great to have it for the good of my life.
Exactly. Yep. Now, transitioning from that.
Now, I told the teens and young men at the Revere Boxing Club, I tell to the kids in Tens Boxing Club in Lawrence, where I help coach, you're not going to, it's going to be very difficult to make it as a pro in this sport, to make a lot of money or enough money. So get your education. Don't drink alcohol, do drugs. I know. I did it for you. I know. So past Halloween, 7 years, no alcohol, no drugs. And that's just a fact of my life today. And I did get my college education during my amateur boxing at Bridgewater State College. Now it's Bridgewater State University, but you can't go wrong with education.
No, you can't. School's very important.
Yeah.
Education's important.
Yes.
Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Stay away from them.
Simple. Oh, now the other thing I told the kids at the Revere Boxing Club, and I've told many, like, there's no use in fighting on the street. There's no use in it. There's no use in fighting out of a boxing ring. None. And just this past early July in Quincy, I got sucker punched by some jealous punk that sucker punched me that night. Never saw it coming. Bang! I went down as quick as I went down, right back up again. Everybody was there. Everybody saw me there. People knew. People were coming up to me, taking pictures with people, always being a gentleman, with people as fans. And I mean, even the police grabbed me. After Peter, come on with us. Come on. Because these guys, it was outdoors on a football field. They were gone. No, whatever. Not the first time. Hopefully, it was the last time.
Right. Exactly. Of course.
But hey, the police were chilling. They took me over to an ambulance. Listen, Pete, because when I went down, I hit the back of a chair. My head was bleeding. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm going home. They're like, wait, you're bleeding. So of course they got the gloves on. Yeah, everybody's fear of blood these days, which I'm not making fun of. It's a simple fact.
Right. Yeah.
And so, I did. I went to as a matter of fact, I was there with my manager, my promoter manager coach, McNeeley. I was with Shane McNeeley and his girlfriend. And we had a great time nonetheless. And he drove me to a hospital, and still, like, even finally, I said, hey, let's get out of it. There's nothing wrong, kind of like on the top of my head. I'm like, let's get out of here. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hey, here we are today.
Yeah. Glad you are here.
Yeah, and so am I.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you think for people that have to act like that, if they think they're that good, they should take it into a ring, and they keep out of trouble with the police and with the regular civilians. They could make $1 too and actually have a living out of boxing if they're so interested in fighting.
It's simply inner self-less or no self-confidence.
Right.
That's you can talk to it right there.
Absolutely. I mean, in all of your fights, you had the attitude is I'm here to do a job, and you went forward, and I never seen you back up once in anybody of your fights.
Only when I got knocked down.
But, hey, hold on a second. I know about this, but you know what? 6 out of 7 fights that you lost, you were knocked out. And that tells me one thing. You put your heart into it. You didn't back off.
Not one. No, they called it a KO.
Yeah.
But not one of them was actual, like, out.
Oh, it TKO then.
See, in boxing, whether it all goes down as a KO
I got you.
in the end.
I got you.
And now, so one time, my second last fight, the one time I got hit, I tried to get up, and the referee jumped on me, kept me from getting up. Seriously. Fought Henry Akinwande. He's originally from Nigeria, but lives in Florida. Fought him in Florida. Tallahassee, March 2001. St. Patrick's Day show. But I mean, this guy, if you guys know anything about Henry Akinwande, he was the #1 heavyweight for years. But now, for a white guy, I got a long reach.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fist to fist, fingertip to fingertip, 74. His was 86.
He had about 4 inches taller than you, too. Close.
Three,
On a
4,
good day.
yeah,
3 or 4?
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, 6, 7.
See, I watch you fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
But,
What's it?
But you know what? Again, like, another gentleman, later after the fight, coming out of the locker room, Henry comes up to me and says, Pete, I'm sorry. I'm like, Henry, it's the business. Thank you.
Yeah.
And out of the ring, 99 times out of 100, the fighter, win or lose, is a good person. It's just a simple fact. Because when you answer a bell, you know. They know, so they know the risks and the hazards of the fight game.
Exactly.
It's a modern day Roman gladiator. I mean, there's no stop. It's you go forward, you go into battle.
It's not, with the exception of martial arts or wrestling, it's the only one-on-one UFC,
Mhm.
MMA, but boxing is still the same as it ever was. Well, there is right, like, I mean, the days of the 15 rounders, you know, I remember like it was yesterday watching Roberto Duran beat Sugar Leonard in 15 rounds.
Yeah.
1980.
Yep.
In Montreal. My dad Floyd Patterson, but a heavyweight championship in the world. There was no belts back then. There was one champion in the 8 original divisions.
Mhm.
No super junior, heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight, welterweight, lightweight, so forth. But, back then, world championship fights were scheduled 15 rounds. Not long after Ray Boo Boo Mancini knocked out Duke Koo Kim. It was only a few years after that. Less than 10 years. They brought it down to 12 rounds. Which, I could see that, only trying to protect fighters.
Right. 15 rounds is a killer for anybody.
Listen, 3 rounds is right.
Yeah, all right, man.
I'm telling you, like even respect those amateurs.
Yep.
And I tell the young at the gym, listen, I always went for the KO. No matter what fight I was ever in, I always went for the KO. Amateur or pro. But in the amateurs, you don't think somebody there doing it. That 3 rounds goes by quicker than you think. Well, you know it, it's over. So I tell them, you have to make use of the minutes that you have. Go with the KO, but the name of the game is work the jab, like my father always taught me. Many times I didn't listen, but got KOs. But the jab in amateur boxing is everything. That's what they're looking for. Land the jab, score points. It's all points in amateur boxing. Now, for me personally, and in the fight game, not winning my first amateur fight till I was 19 is kind of to where I got in the pros. That's, these guys are starting when they're 10, 11, 12 years old. And, hey, you know what? I'm grateful. I'm grateful for, my father, known as Big Tom McNeeley Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he was my dad. He was a great dad to me and my 3 brothers. I have 2 older brothers, one younger brother, who I made a little bit famous before the Tyson fight, on Leno and Letterman. Snubby.
Snubby.
Yes. Of course.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Good old Snubby.
Snubby's down in Florida, married, doing great.
That's
He's
good.
an electrician. A friend of mine long ago in the 90s said, can't call you Snubby anymore. Now it's Sparky.
Hey, there you go. But hey, that's good. He branched out instead of going down to boxing. He moved to something that was more
boy, I'm the only one of my 3 brothers that has an amateur fight or a pro fight. I'm the only one.
Wow. Followed your father's footsteps.
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, now, can we pause for a moment? Are we able to pause? Or can I get something to show
You can. We'll entertain them in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it
Peter
out.
McNeeley will be
I'm
right
gonna bring it
back.
out quick.
Yeah.
Quick.
This is our 1-minute boxing break.
Mm.
The fight will continue at the
Intermission.
sound of the bell. All right.
That's right.
Intermission.
Hey,
Quick.
Here we go. We got some goods.
here we go. Right.
So we're young. In the attic, right in that build. Look around. We find my father. Oh, start with this. It's my favorite. Ring magazine. Which, sorry to say,
That's nice to carry
All right,
something like
now-
this through your whole life.
now,
What a trophy.
this is, I'll show you the
To have
two.
that acknowledgement.
And how do you know, like Mike Tyson says, I don't even care about that. I care about my father's memorabilia.
Who said most people lost the fight to Tyson before they even got in the ring because he scared them so bad.
Hey,
And then Pete steps up and just about chases down Tyson. So
I tried to
must
get, I went as far as trying to get him back into his own corner.
absolutely.
Hey, you know, no matter what you do in life, always try.
That's right. Let's wait till everybody settle in, because I can edit it. I can cut it.
Um, Here's another one. It's a good one. I'm the big picture, Tyson the little one.
Yes.
All right, here we go. I have a better one, but we'll use this one for now. Now these two, what I found when I was a kid, 7, 8 years old, need somebody up in the attic.
That I don't agree with. He wasn't no sacrificial lamb like they say.
Hey, you know what? That's what they.
Oh wow.
I mean, listen. What, December 4, 1961. I mean, this, was like huge, big, huge, gigantic back then.
Yeah.
Still is today.
There you go.
Dear old dad.
Absolutely. There you go. Nice cover shot.
All right, so, and this is the other one.
Wow.
Which, I'm sorry to say, Ring Magazine is no longer in circulation. Like, you can't buy it in the stores.
Really?
I believe it's all online.
And you can see in your face, your dad. You know, I see the resemblance very easy.
All right, I want to go to the
That picture shows up when you Google him. It does.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now,
Like that whole
now,
display.
that was
That's
my,
his father.
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
Dad. Now, that is my father, my godfather. I'm sorry, my godfather, huge name in this state, Peter Fuller. Peter Fuller Olds, Peter Fuller Cadillac.
Right.
You remember?
Oh, yes. He went up against Ali.
Yeah.
I saw
It's an
that.
exhibition at Heinz Auditorium.
Yep.
Yep. Fuck.
See, I follow this stuff some.
Hey, good to have something to those.
That's why I brought some old school in here, so we
Gotta
can
have it.
have these
Gotta-
conversations
gotta
going.
have it. Now, I'll show you one more thing. Well, this brother Tom loves to brag about this. Well, this brother Tom was one of the head producers of all sports on ESPN for
Yeah.
over 25 years. 25 years anyways. But he's got bragging rights for this. He made Sports Illustrated when he was a baby.
Right.
There's my mom,
Yeah.
Mom McNeeley, and my brother Tom.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Tom, giving you some publicity.
That's right.
Tom McNeeley the third.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Tom has his son, Tom. Mike Tyson lives on the West Coast. Time difference. It's not like the third day after my wife died. He calls a few times, but you know, my phone's off. I'm in bed. You know, 11 o'clock p.m. I shut the phone off. So it's got no reason to be on. If it's that important, they can leave a message or text me. So Mike called a few times and texted me. So I see the missed call and go, oh. Then I see the text. And what he texted me that I knew was really him. So I called him back. He immediately picks up the phone. Peter, no, I'm sorry. Immediately picks up the phone and goes, what's up, my brother? I'm so sorry for your loss. And that's one thing, well, two things. Class and respect from the two-time former heavyweight champion, Mike Tyson. Class and respect.
That's right. It's all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You earned it. You know, you earned that respect. You stepped into a ring with him. You always went forward, no chasing away or running away. You face your demons, basically, you know? And you deserve a lot of credit for that.
You know what? I personally was just the way I felt was the way I should box or fight.
What?
I mean, you don't get 25 first round knockouts for nothing.
That's right. Yeah.
And you know, no matter what, but I am proud of every minute and every second of my amateur boxing career, which was only 21 fights. But in those 21 fights, I knocked out top 5 USA ABF contender James Johnson, and then I split 2 apiece. First time I beat him by decision. Second time I lost the decision to Bobby Harris from Worcester. Bobby was a great amateur boxer. Did not do great in the pros. Same with James Johnson. They both were great amateur boxers, but they really did not go much of anywhere in the pros because they did not have the correct management or promoter.
Mm.
And that sadly happens to many skilled boxers in amateur boxing and pro boxing. It happens.
Yeah. It does.
That's a shame because Ali could have made more money too, but he said that, his management didn't do right by him. I mean, good at promoting his fights, but the money didn't go. But Ali promoted his fights too, really. I mean,
the greatest one
of
live.
course. But everybody does have their own promoters as well. But Ali handled it mostly himself. Right?
Correct.
I know.
Now,
You kind of caught me on that. Thank you.
I had to.
Yes.
Hey, sorry.
You still got it.
So this is cool. Now, my father sparred with Ali twice at Angelo's Dundee's 5th Street Gym in Miami, Florida. But then, years later, my father did Muhammad Ali a favor. Let's say 1970, because by then, my father was then the Massachusetts State Boxing Commissioner. And he, there were others with him that were too, but being a former fighter, the former heavyweight championship of the world, his opinion carries weight.
Wow.
And I found a newspaper in the act talking about this. So I'm probably 13 years, 12, 13. Dad, why? I said, Peter, it's simple. It's the Americans' right to put food on their family's plate. Let him work.
Mm.
He doesn't know anything else besides boxing. Let him work. Because he has not been convicted of a crime yet.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Guy, and my father explained to me simply. Guy gets arrested for drug driving. He's still allowed to go to work the next day.
Yeah.
Correct.
When people didn't accept Muhammad Ali, your father took him in.
Well, my father just simply said, I will grant him a license to fight.
Yep.
Now, even when Ali, we're talking 1992, February 1992, I fought my 4th pro fight at the Park Plaza, downtown Boston, the West End Hotel, and Ali was there. Stricken with Parkinson's bad, but, was sitting all night, lying at his table, and he's like this all the time. Signing, an autograph.
Right.
But myself, Vinny, my assistant trainer, great cut man Cliff Fibbin, who still owns and runs South Shore Boxing Club in Whitman, they're coming out of the ring. My father's coming with us. Ali, I beeline right over to Ali's table.
Mm-hmm.
Ali wants nothing to do with me. He's pointing at my father. And he hadn't stood up in hours. Gets right up. And I got it on DVD. And Ali starts going, that's my father. And what? Again, class and respect from the 3-time heavyweight champion.
That's right.
Pico.
And I got 2 of my meetings with Ali on DVD. And you know what? You can't beat the greatest.
That's right. Wise words.
You're right.
From Mr. Hurricane himself.
Simply. No. Any other questions?
Yes. Do you guys have any other questions to intrigue him?
When you had Vinny as your manager, how soon when you got into the pros was he your manager? Was it from the start?
Like I said, my last amateur fight was with him. See, I was coming out of the Petrelli gym, in Brockton. Not the old one on Ward Street, the newer one. Can't remember the street name, but all very close, right in downtown Brockton. And Billy McNeeley approaches me. I'm coming out of the gym, walking to my car. It's can't remember what time of year, but it's 1990. And he says, "Hey, I'm Billy McNeeley. Of course, I know your father from boxing. I played college football. I'm sorry, played semi-pro football with your Uncle Brian." So he said, "Look," and right away hands me $40. Petrelli's wouldn't give you nothing for going fighting a world champion every night, and I'm an amateur. They wouldn't give you nothing. He hands me $40. He says, "Listen, I want you to come down to Whitman and spar with a heavyweight fighter I have. No problem."
Damn, nice.
And that was where our relationship began. Now it turns into, now we're coming to, because I'm at the college, and it's early 91 now. And, took a loss, took 2 losses in February 91 at the Golden Gloves. First one, okay, James Johnson again. But the second one was in the, what they call the New England Golden Gloves Championship Finals. And they didn't have a guy from Vermont. So we said, "Peter, you want to?" Sure, yeah, I'll do it. No, well, Johnson again. But, enough time had not passed since the first loss to less than 2 weeks earlier. I had no business being in a ring with him, at, the second night. But I did it, and, hey, I got no one to blame but myself. That's how I did it.
Yep.
And then Billy McNeeley said, "All right, look, please just listen to me. If you do it my way, you're gonna see results." Sure enough, my last amateur fight was at Anthony's Ballroom in Somerville, Mass. on Highland Ave, where I fought a few amateur fights and 1 pro fight there. But my last amateur win was a TKO second round, or a guy from Connecticut, can't remember his name right now, but that was my first KO with Vinny. And I remember it like it was yesterday, August 23rd, 1991, after I knocked a guy out in 40 seconds. We had 196 pounds.
Wow.
At that time, 195 was cruiserweight, so I was 1 pound into the heavyweight division. Now it's 200 worldwide. Now
Right.
They call it anything under 200 is a cruiserweight, or you're good, if you're 200. But if you're 201, you're a heavyweight.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Hey, that's how the sport goes.
And how old were you when you first started boxing?
Oh, like I said, 18.
18. Okay.
I mean, my father, now in Medfield, my brother Sean, next oldest one ahead of me, always a mechanic, always fixing things, great guy, and he and my father put up Now, Sean found this great piece of wood, put bolts through it, through the floor, the rafters, the floorboards. You know, they go like that. But that drilled a hole in the wood. It was like, it was like that thick, like oak,
Hmm.
strong, and put a hook in, bolt, put a couple screws on that hook, bolt, and my father was working at that time. My father worked for Massachusetts Department of Corrections, prisons, for over 30 years. At that time, Medfield, next to Norfolk, Dad worked at Norfolk State Prison. And a guy in the prison made this heavy neck, real old boat canvas with the little concrete in the bottom for weight. And of the 4 boys, I was the one down there punching it all the time. You know, just the way it goes. You know, but again, you know, it was the best thing ever was when I got now all the hard sparring at the Petrelli gym helped and worked, but and when I knocked out James Johnson, it was because I'm 195 pounds and I was sparring for, like at least 5 weeks, maybe 6, with the few, you know, I'm an amateur at this 1989. This guy was a pro middleweight contender. Steve Collins from Ireland. You know, and I sparred with him for that long, and you know, only good things are gonna happen to you. So Steve was fighting on a Friday night. The New England Diamond Bell Finals at Anthony's Ballroom in Somerville on Highland Ave on a Thursday. It all fit together perfectly.
Right.
Steve won his fight on Friday. I KO'd my guy on Thursday evening.
Nice.
Good.
But hey, like, you know, all things come to an end at some point. You know, so when the best thing that ever happened to me was when I went with Vinny down to Whitman with Vinny and Cliff. Only good things. You know, despite what I did to myself out of the ring, if I did what Vinny told me and I did things correctly, all was good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's good to have people that at least give you good advice. You know, eventually it is up to you to make the choices, but you still need somebody to at least guide you and direct you. And I got to tell you, when I saw Vinny calling off the fight with Tyson in 1995, when I first saw it, I thought, it's like Pete's ready to go, because you're kind of fuzzy and wobbly for about maybe 5 seconds after the second hit. And I thought, you know, he's on his way out. And the next thing I see, you start getting it together and you're ready to go in. And Vinny calls it off. And I'm thinking, what did you do that for? And then I saw later on in the interview that you had a year or so later, maybe it was a few months later, and you said the best thing Vinny ever did was to stop that fight.
Yes.
Because all you would have done was got beat up worse, because you were so far out of it even then.
Simple fact. And Vinny always said this. It looks better this way, because people still ask me. On social media, people still complain about the fight, about Vinny doing that. I always say to Dad, like Vinny said, it looks better this way than you face first and the canvas knocked out.
Yeah.
simple.
He was right.
Like no.
He was a good guy watching you.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Fact. Now, my brother Tom, with all his years of TV sports production, made friends with the former New York City mayor's son, who was also a producer. Trying to remember his name. No, anyways, my brother, like Tom, immediately got him on because he was in charge of Showtime championship boxing TV production.
Oh, okay.
So Tom got the raw footage days later on the old school on a VHS tape.
Classic.
Yeah, but I still have it on DVD here.
Very good.
Transferred. It's all good. But I've got all the different angles. You know? And you can see one of them. Now, the first knockdown, I was in a bull stance, not like this, which is how I should have been, like this. And Mike Tyson caught me from right cross, right? Now, snappy, good straight right, caught me, went right down, right back up.
Yep.
A lot of people thought he missed or I tripped. It happened the way I just showed you and explained it. Now, the second one was his career best punch, the uppercut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took a point blank on the base, went down, like I did not, thank God I got my hands up in the last area. I did not, my face did not hit the canvas, but I might as well. I was cooped up. I get up, now, those legs separates us, for a standing count. When he did that, I went into the ropes. The ropes weren't there. I was sitting on Pamela Anderson in the front row.
But it was right after that that you started to sharpen up, and that's when I thought you looked like you were ready to go.
Anybody is gonna given the right amount of time. Anybody's gonna sharpen up.
Yup.
Whether it's me or you or him.
And
It's just it's a simple fact. But again, Vinny did the right thing.
He did.
Yeah.
Because of he's looking at my future
Yep.
in the fight game.
no,
Looking out
absolutely.
the best outcome in situation. for
Yes,
you. Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Now, one thing about Vinny McNeeley, and he was real cute and he was meticulous at things. Like, alright, if we were fighting alright, we fought many fights down south out of state. Alright, so he'd be tracking the weather in that state or place days ahead of time, a week ahead of time. I mean, he would try to get every possible advantage. And that was his job.
Mm-hmm.
That was his thing. And he really, to me, at that time, there was nobody better at it than him.
Well, you had good people with you. You really did. Hey.
Hey, starting with my dad, right, if the fight was in Massachusetts, he'd be right there in the locker room and walking the ring and right there, right
In your
side
corner.
or in the corner.
Yeah.
And it was, it was all good. It was all good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I'm 24 now. Now, the funny thing was before my father lost to Floyd Patterson in the heavyweight championship title match, Dad was 24-0. There are no coincidences.
No.
Or are there? You know what I mean? So I took my first loss. What a guy, Stanley Wright, 6'10", 280 pounds. Now, I scheduled 10-round fight, and had this fight been in New York, Florida, even Vegas, it would have been stopped. When it was stopped, it would have went to the scorecards. But in Massachusetts, a lot of jealousy over that 24-0 record I had. So, and he hit me all night with illegal blows. And one he straight arm, and he, straight arm and wind up and that, hit you with the heel or the laces.
Right.
When there's no padding. And after so many, February, you never cut yourself shaving in the spring, summer, and fall. In the winter, you will. It's a simple fact. Cut me over bad. By the 8th round, ring doctor stopped the fight. And, Cliff was, oh my God, he was arguing with the guy. He was upset. Well, at that point, whatever I say is not going to make a difference. So I just, get out disappointed, But, God, now, we had a cut man dentist in our corner. And stitched me up right in the hotel room again, so the Park Plaza, stitched me up 54 stitches.
Damn.
Now, so then, say 4 days later, takes them out, puts in the, because I had good healing powers, which I never found out till, say about 10 years ago. I'll tell you why in a minute. I always was a great healer. So the guy took the stitches out, put 10 more back in to ensure that this cut was not going to bother me in the future. So February, we're back fighting in a ring in April. After 51 stitch cut.
Yeah.
Nobody
No.
does that.
That's immaculate.
Nobody does that.
Right.
No. I mean, there was still a scab on it.
I can imagine.
But we went down to Arkansas. We went down to Arkansas. We came back into North Carolina. 2 knockouts. Then fought in Whitman. We fought like 3 fights in like 5 weeks, 6 weeks. And Don King was already looking at us. DKP, Don King Productions. Now, I don't care. At that time, the 3 biggest was King, Aram, and the Dubas. Now, the simple fact was Vinny. Now, my father and his people had a connection with Al Braverman out of New York City. A great fight guy like Vinny. Vinny worked with Al in the late 60s, early 70s, meaning in boxing. Well, Vinny learned a lot from Al. Vinny learned that was how Vinny became a great fight guy. And Al said, Vinny, I know you know what you're doing. Just call me when you think he's ready. Because Al has become Don King's #1 agent. Al taught Don King a lot of the business.
Wow.
You know, these are things that people don't know.
Yep, there's a lot behind.
And I'll say this. Everybody's got, oh my God, Don King. Everybody's got something bad to say about Don King. You'll never hear a bad word out of me about Don King. Simple fact. Treated us great. We had 5 fights to him. Treated us great. Hey, and the guy back then was known as the highest payer. Like, he's a joke. I mean, millionaires and this. And then, like, you know, he had this joke. I mean, more millionaires. You know, he did. He simply did. And it's not Don King's job when the money goes to a fighter. Don's not their tax agent. Don's not their bank account representative. You know, the fighter's going to do what the fighter's going to do with their own money. It's, you know, which, you know, listen, none of my business, but it just makes you think about Mike Tyson and his, you know, court battles with Don King. Now, years later, Mike won one of the court battles and got millions back with Don King.
Right.
Good for Mike. Good for Mike Tyson. He's a fighter. He deserves the money.
That's right.
Now, I'm glad to hear that because before that, even I thought that Don King was kind of sponging off of the boxes because there was a lot of that out there that, like you said, that you know personally Don King wasn't the monster a lot of people said he was.
She's like Mike Tyson isn't.
Yeah.
You know, listen, I'm not going to say that everything was perfect with Mike and Don, but that's their business. It's got nothing to do with me.
Right.
I'm simply talking about how we were treated by DKP. They treated us great. Now, I was on with them long enough. It didn't, you know, I did not fit into Don's plans. Hey, that's okay. We kept fighting, you know, we kept fighting and kept winning, and hey, that's the name of the fight game.
There you go. Yes.
Speaking of business, talk about Pizza Hut commercial. How did that happen?
There you go.
How did all that work out?
Well, all right, so the first one was for America Online. Did we talk about that already?
Not yet.
All right, well, pretty like within 6 weeks after. Yeah, 6 weeks after I fought Mike Tyson, Vinny McNeeley calls me and said, Peter, we gotta go to the left coast again. Oh, what's happening? What's going on? We're doing a commercial. Oh yeah, who are we doing a commercial for? Vinny said, I don't know, some computer thing. It was America Online. So, now, so, and it matters in how they pay you. The length of the commercial. Pizza commercial was longer, so we got paid more. The American Online was shorter, so we got paid less. And, but the American Online commercial, no, with Studio City, LA, worked for 9 hours with the director, Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller was the director of the commercial.
Who would guess and know?
Yeah, we didn't know
Right.
when we got there.
Yep.
We didn't know. So then when we get there, Vinny says to me, you know that? No, who's that? He said, you know, we know him Seinfeld. You know George Costanza's father, Frank Costanza, on Seinfeld. Yeah, he didn't realize that's his father.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, kid, small world.
Exactly. Took the words out of my mouth. Yep.
But then week and a half, 2 weeks later, we did the much more known Pizza Hut commercial. We're not going to sell out the stuffed crust pizza.
Now, whose idea was that?
I don't know. People
Yeah.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Wasn't me or Vinny.
Yeah.
I'll try it out. Hey, like the old beer commercial. Tastes great, less filling.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, you know what? It was all good. You know, I can remember it like it was yesterday. 14-hour shoot for a 30-second commercial. If it was that long, which
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure it was, but Peter, fall into the ring cams. Back, take one. Back, take 36. Hey, but we did it. We did it. And I remember like it was yesterday. It's over and he goes, I'm going home. Not me, I'm going to LA.
Here you go.
I had a girlfriend down there in LA who was from here, but was out there.
Mm.
Gorgeous woman named Diane. And she was, out there trying to make a break in acting and modeling. 5'10", gorgeous, had muscles on her body like she was all that.
Very fit, healthy.
Oh.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had a great time with her in LA. We went to many places. One night we were hanging out in an illegal outdoors club with Kiefer Sutherland.
Mm.
Neither of us were doing the right thing in that outdoors club, but we were there. We did it. Again, I thank God today. 7 years, no alcohol, no cocaine. Grace of God, But again, great times. Now another night, another night, myself and Diane were coming out of a club, and somebody grabs us and says, "Scott wants to meet you." I turn on. Black gentleman, older black gentleman. Says, "Who's that?" And Diane says, "It's Ike Turner, Tina and Ike." You know.
Oh, yes,
you know.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know too. Yeah. We'll catch you up to speed. Tina Turner. She died last year. Right?
Yeah, she did.
One of the greatest.
Music artist?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Both of them
Okay.
were.
Wow.
Tina started with Ike.
Way back in the
50s.
yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So we ended up hanging out with Ike and a woman, not his girlfriend. I'm sorry, not his wife at the time. Some woman. And, took us out to one of the nicest restaurants in Hollywood. Had a good time. Blah blah blah. Next thing you know, we're with him at an illegal outdoors party, doing all the wrong things again. But hey, God bless Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Right? She was awesome.
Yep.
Vocalist couldn't be beat.
Absolutely.
She's still performing for her fans at an advanced stage.
Absolutely. So her 80s, she was going strong. She moved out of the United States about maybe 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, she went back to her home country,
There you go. But she did great.
South America.
She did, from the beginning of her career to the end.
Yeah.
She was going strong all the way through.
Yes.
She was never less than maybe 5 on any one of the
Good
charts.
for her. Good for her.
Absolutely, absolutely. She had an abusive husband,
Yeah,
Miss Ike.
Ike was,
Yeah.
He got a career started, but
but not,
she took off from there and she just kept going.
not a good man, not a good
No.
person.
No. But the only reason why he kept it going,
Hey, here's what I play you. Was 2 days after I left LA, he was at my girlfriend's apartment trying to stick his tongue down.
No.
Hey,
no good.
yeah, MG.
Absolutely,
MG.
absolutely.
Hey, let's get on with that.
But hey, we go with Tina though.
Wait.
She moved ahead. She got rid of the baggage.
I'll never forget again like it was yesterday. My senior year in high school, 1985. We don't need another hero.
Yes, yes.
We don't need
another way
Big home. Yes.
Thunderdome.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Max.
Thunderdome with Mad Max,
Mad Max
number 2.
3.
3?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. 3. Not bad.
The first one was Road Warrior. Second one was Road Warrior 2. The third one was Road Warrior 3. Thunderdome.
No, she did good. She did good in that. I mean, and that was her, I think that was her acting debut.
Yeah.
The first time she did.
Could have been.
She did good.
Could have been.
She did good. A lot of people know her.
Hey. Still love it. I watched who's on like a week ago. I watched it again.
Right. Absolutely. Most people
Some
would feel that.
obscure channel, but I found it.
Right.
Looking through all the baloney on TV, I found it. I said, oh yeah.
Speaking about TV,
Yeah.
you were on the Letterman show, right?
I was on Letterman, Leno, and Larry King live.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
Now, God rest Larry King. But I was on Larry King live with Don King.
Wow.
Like days, less than a week before the fight with Tyson in Vegas.
Yep.
We were. Now Don was in wherever maybe his hotel room. I know I was in my hotel room, and they beam it theaters together. Technically. Technically speaking, you guys understand all that.
Yes.
I don't.
Mhm.
Well,
Did you have a good time on those interviews? Do you actually like it?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I mean, it's all part of the promotion.
Exactly.
Right.
The publicity, the promotion. Yep.
And I said it to my mother. I talked to my mom earlier today. She's in Florida, coming back down Cape Cod, May 1st. I said, Mom, yeah, I'm doing a couple different podcasts this week. She said, oh, she said, good. Yeah. I said, yeah. She tried to keep my name out there.
Right.
You know, and I'll tell you, you never know. You never know. So, I did like a live interview on Facebook. Can't even remember. My Facebook is Peter McNeeley and Anna Rita, and then I have Hurricane Peter McNeeley. But one of them, a guy saw me, talked to me, himself, and then this is right as COVID came, right like as COVID was hit the East Coast. Guy flew me into Dallas, did a podcast there, put me up, pay. And we negotiated. I said, all right, how much you gonna pay me? he said, I'll pay you 5,000. I said, great. I said, half up front. When I get there, you put it in cash in my hand.
Right.
That's how Vinnie McNeeley taught me. Get it in cash.
Yeah.
Cash is king.
Cash is king.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
No.
No, but hey, you know what? The guy came through, Randall, good guy. The podcast never went anywhere. I don't know why. It wasn't even released, and it was recording issues on their end.
Mm.
And I said to him, I said, hey, you can always come back. I come back and do it again. Or they come to me, like you guys.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know what? Hey, I'm negotiable. There's nothing, not the one, not the less. I'm negotiable.
Yes, you are.
But you know what? Like, and it was funny, like, I will make friends. You bring me anywhere, I will make a friend. Right?
Yep.
I still talk to a guy on Facebook today. I was at the, I mean, I wasn't going to go far. I didn't know anybody down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Going out of the hotel, have my vape.
Yeah.
And then just hang out.
Yep. Yep.
Say
Chilling.
to all the people.
Yep.
So I went to the bar one day. The bar's right there, like you walk behind the bar, you can see the front door of the hotel.
Yep.
So I'm at the bar, about to get lunch, and nobody sitting there. I'm by myself. Nobody bother anybody. I'm like, great, get my lunch here. That was how I did it. Every lunch there. So it was only 3 days, 4 days. So two black gentlemen come in one day. Blah, blah, blah. We start talking, And these guys are good guys. I told them exactly who I was and why I was here.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up hanging out with them. Still talk to one of them today on Facebook. Good guy, great guy.
Yep.
From Dallas, Texas.
Right.
And you know what? That's what it's all about in life. Making friends.
That's right.
Absolutely. People are going to know you for being that good guy. They're going to know you for being a terrific boxer. And I tell you something, after you're long gone, people are still going to remember you. I guarantee you that.
Thank you. Not the point. I'm going to tell you another story right now. My father, Tom McNeeley Jr., otherwise known as Dad passes October 25th, 2011. Now, I know you'll remember. You guys might too. We got some kind of weirdo blizzard that year, late October.
Mm.
And, I mean, it was crazy. It was like my dad was sending it down
Message.
on purpose.
Yeah.
So, but his wake was still out the door people for like 2 hours because of how many people he helped.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
And you figure too that your father is going to be known all through history for doing one of the biggest things that the boxing business does, and that's to get Ali his license back.
Well,
your father will always be remembered for that.
Listen, people don't know that story at all. I told you that story.
Yeah.
It didn't happen because his first fight back with Jerry Quarry in Atlanta, they were trying to do it in Boston. But, my only daughter is a 16-year-old black, my only blood daughter is a 16-year-old black daughter. Alright? So, but race was a huge issue back then. It's still an issue in America today.
Yes.
So, like, Ali had a lot of people around him. And they said, what do you want him to do up, they call it up south? Yeah, I know you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, racism here in Boston area. I mean, even though today, Boston is a mixing pot of races, black, white, Hispanic.
That's right, melting pot. Yeah.
It's huge.
Yep.
Haitian, Dominican, Puerto Rican. These are all types.
Yep.
But all right, so the point with that story with Ali was even stricken with Parkinson's, he didn't beget. Because it affects your nervous system, not your brain activity. Still sharp as a tack on the inside. Hey, one time I was with Ali. Last time I was with him. It was at Mount Ida College, which is now UMass. And at this time, my mother, Nancy McNeeley, was a professor there. And Mike Tyson's daughter went to school there. So, I'm sorry, not Mike Tyson. Muhammad Ali's daughter went to school
Right.
there. And so Ali came to the campus. And somebody pulled me into a room with Ali. Ali sits down. He pulls me in closer and he says, "You call me the N-word?" Yeah, you messing with you. I'm joking with you. If he didn't joke with you like that, he did not like you. Simple fact. Hey, that's why they call it the greatest.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's more than just being a fighter.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Recognized worldwide
Yep,
by billions.
that's right.
I mean, say what you want about Muslims or the Muslim religion. It's still the biggest religion in the world today.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a fact.
Yep.
Hey, I'm just another Christian Catholic.
Same.
Me too.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
that's why.
Yep.
I love you, Anarita. I hope you found peace, love, and happiness.
Yeah.
It's the best sentiment to have. If you
Yep.
can't wish good on people, what good are you yourself, right? So it's a
Fact.
good way to put it.
Fact.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. Truth.
Hey, any other subjects we want to touch on today?
What's that? What's that?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
Okay. Okay. So now what you do is mentoring, coaching. You're following your passion and leaving a legacy behind for future fighters, boxers,
Like
at the gym
just
and
like
wherever
I-
else.
Just like I said earlier, you gotta score points immediately, quickly, because that 3 rounds will be over before you know it. And hey, you know what? Just like I told the kids that I call them kids
Mm-hmm.
because I'm 55. I can do that. I told the kids and young men, teens and young men, I told them, get your education. Boxing is not going to work for everyone. Get your education.
Right. Have your backups. You never know.
Don't drink alcohol. Don't do drugs. Simple.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You have any questions?
No questions.
You sure?
Actually, were you Golden Gloves?
I had 20, like I said, 21 amateur fights.
Uh-huh.
A few nights in Lowell, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, in heavyweight boxing, I don't care where you are or who you are. In heavyweight boxing in the amateurs
Mm-hmm.
is as dangerous as the pros. Now, may not be from the fights, but it's gonna be. You bet your bottom, it's gonna be at the gym, and that's where most 90% of my issues say with. Like, hey, I know I got checked by I got CTE. So my brain, my frontal lobe, CTE. I mean, how many Iraq veterans, Afghanistan veterans came home with brain damage?
Good amount.
Yeah.
Good amount.
Yep.
Good amount.
Yep.
Good amount. People get brain damage. People don't know. People get brain damage when they're born. People don't know that.
Right.
People don't know that. I mean, but that, you know, again, frontal lobe damage.
Right.
You were mentioning before too about when you were doing football.
Oh.
You were showing the helmet,
Oh.
and the helmet has a
I
big
still
crack
got it.
along
I
the
still-
side.
Where my head trauma began.
Yeah. But it's big crack in the helmet, and it'll let you know the impact it was made, and it didn't have all the padding
Yeah,
inside.
you know, like you know,
Yeah.
the old shells, not the new bike safety helmets.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
No.
All crazy then.
These are the old shells. I mean, this is 1985. Graduated, you know, June of '86. We're talking 19. No, and I remember like it was yesterday. After I cracked that out, the next game, the second last game of the season and the last game of the season, we got the new bike safety helmets.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like them. I was upset.
Why? Too soft?
No, wasn't as comfortable.
The
Awkward.
feeling.
Yeah.
The feeling.
Awkward, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
There you go.
The feeling
Great,
of it. Yeah.
great word.
Yeah.
Completely perfect word.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, you just like going from boxing, going from 15 rounds to 12 rounds. There's got to be safety, effective
Protocols.
safety measures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what I got to let the audience know that is very important to understand. And I was talking to Derek and Ryan earlier today about it.
Who?
Derek
Yeah. That's
and
right.
Ryan,
Yeah.
make sure that's okay.
Right. With your
But
chest
this-
safe.
that's right. And the idea is this. People always think in the way of martial arts, it's the Asian form of fighting. Martial arts only has to do with an act of war. And the first time men ever fought with other men, it was with their fists. And I tell you this, that boxing is every bit as dangerous as
As
karate,
martial
kung fu,
The whole
jiu-jitsu,
show.
Yeah.
or any one of them.
Kickboxing.
There you go.
Kickboxing.
But it all started out with the original martial art,
Yeah.
and like I said, that it is boxing. That's the real stuff. Everything else developed off of that, and they're all equally dangerous. And when people say, oh, boxing isn't martial arts, you're crazy. You can get killed any which way that you're dealing in that kind of a contact sport.
Facts.
You know what the funny thing is? My father fought way more times in the gym. Lesser padding on gloves. Way better fighters in fights. And his speech was perfect till the day he died.
Hey, good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And get this, in the 1800s, when they were doing boxing back then. Did you know that each round was based on a knockdown?
Yeah.
You would fight when the person was knocked down, that was round one.
Toe to scratch.
Yes. There you go.
Don't
There you go.
Don't even sound on boxing history to me.
That's it.
John L. Sullivan, the last bare knuckle champion, first glove champion.
Oh, okay.
And James J. Corbett, his defeater, has a blood trail in Vermont. One of the Corbett's, Danny Corbett,
Mm-hmm.
fought in the amateur when I did.
Okay. It's good to know history about boxing that way, right? That's
Tell
good.
you who's a boxing historian is Mike Tyson.
Mm.
He had access to all the films and records from Caton, one of his original sponsors and managers, Bill Caton, and the other guy. They both had the largest fight film collection in the world that they sold to ESPN and sold to HBO and Showtime. Who? It's a tragedy. HBO stopped doing boxing years ago. Now Showtime is stopping.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Hey, my oldest brother Tom, after he finished all done with ESPN, still in produce fights for PBC Championship Boxing,
Oh, okay.
and he helped produce. Well, he was probably one of the head producers of the big heavyweight fight between the first one between Fury and Wilder. When Wilder knocked Fury out twice in a fight, and at the end they scored a draw.
Mm.
Very similar fight to Leonard Hearns 2 that I won in the undercard of in Boston at what is now the House of Blues.
No.
I knocked the guy up there. But same thing. Hearns put Leonard down twice. At the end they called it a draw.
Mm.
Hey, Dad, my only Mike Tyson, this is a riot. Mike Tyson had his podcast, Hot Boxing. He had Leonard and Hearns on together on his podcast. At one point, they started arguing. Hearns and Leonard both stood up, started, and Mike Tyson was like, who's on? He was like almost begging, please, no, guys, no. You know what? Hey, 3 great fighters being one the baddest man on the planet. Hey, Hearns and Leonard is still like the most 170 pounds until well, Hearns could be $180, but neither one of them wants to get hit by Mike Tyson. Let me tell you.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Hey, without gloves on.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you were still ranked up there high for the punching, one of the hardest punches.
Hey,
You were up there pretty high.
I don't know. And I'm not gonna say it.
I know, you don't want to challenge, be humble.
No,
But
I'm just stating some, facts here.
Yes.
Hey, I wasn't the worst puncher in the world, but I wasn't the greatest puncher in the world. That's a fact. Hey, the Vinny McNeeley said, if you want to turn pro, you got to be able to punch. Peter, you can punch. I just want to teach you how to punch better. And I want to teach you defense. And he did. He did all these things. He did all those things for me.
Now talk about your nickname, Hurricane.
Oh yeah. August 23rd, 1991, Boston University football field. Pro debut, Nickerson Field. My father called it the old Braves Field.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Where they play baseball.
Yep. Boston Braves.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, it was almost postponed by a hurricane named Hurricane Bob. So I said, Hurricane Peter McNeeley. And it took many years of my insistence telling ring announcers when they come down to the locker and say, how do you want to be introduced to the crowd? It's Hurricane Peter McNeeley. You know, and you get these eyes and they would still mess up and go, Peter the Hurricane, Peter. It's Hurricane Peter McNeeley. Now, you rarely, well, not till the last 3 decades, hurricanes were always named after a woman.
Right.
God knows my wife was a hurricane.
I guess so.
And she got mad at me. Oh,
Yeah.
100% Italian. Her and her son both speak full Italian and English.
Yeah, they say Italian women are tough. How come she didn't get into boxing?
Listen, well, we met each other mid to, 40. She was only like a year and months younger than me, and I said it to her. If I met you 10 years earlier, I wouldn't even turn you amateur. I'd start you right on the pros, because she could punch.
Really?
Yeah, I taught boxing to women in Boston, Framingham, wherever, right? Hardest punching woman I've ever met.
Well,
That makes sense for the chemistry, huh?
Believe me,
Yeah.
I tasted her punch in the cabeza a couple times.
Right. Yeah.
Well-
One to remember. Yep.
well, the fact of the Italian women thing, not that we're going to go down that direction, but Gina Carano, you know her from the MMA?
Oh,
She-
Gina!
Yeah.
Gina!
That's
No,
Carano.
no, no.
Italian.
No, don't know her.
Italian?
Don't know her.
No.
Don't know her.
Okay.
She's Italian. And she hits 800-pound punch.
I believe you. I just don't never heard of her.
Mm.
But, you showed her to your TV. I go, oh yeah, I've seen her.
Right. Right. By face. Yep.
I respect UFC MMA because you have to know how to grapple or wrestle
Yeah,
and fist fight.
absolutely.
That's right.
So it must be, it's one-on-one competition. But in any type, like martial arts, it must be respected.
It's a fact. You have to, I think to get the full appreciation of martial arts, you have to have some time with it. And if you just, I mean, we're sitting here talking and it doesn't get the point across so much, but maybe a video down later, I can show a very small demonstration. Years ago, say 10 years ago anyway, I was able to break 1x12 board, cut the 6 inches with my fingertips. And if you've seen in the martial arts movie Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee, his first American film, I was able to hold up a 1x12 board with one hand and break it with the other. And the idea I'm bringing this up for is I've been practicing the martial arts, at least in the exercise, the disciplines thereof, for
How many
about
years?
30 to 40 years. So that's what it takes,
I've
that
been doing it since I
discipline
was
for
5.
here. And
Say again?
I've been doing it since I was 5 too.
Nice.
there you go. And these are the
Now,
reasons.
both of you done it together?
No,
No.
separately.
Separate.
Wow, wow.
And
Why not ever together? How come we're not ever together?
We're going
I,
to eventually, because the lamb method with the jiu-jitsu with the baton combination I told you about. My granduncle, he was a black belt, Korean veteran, and then the army for the Cold War. But yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
a second degree black belt.
You are?
Yeah.
And he had his time of judo when he was in the service.
for the army.
Right.
Yeah,
So I mean, we all have our little bit.
from 23 to 31, I was in.
Nice.
Yeah,
8 years?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Take it easy,
I appreciate that.
take it easy.
Yeah, thank you.
I've been talking to a woman for years, a Navy woman, online, and hey, I'm hoping she's gonna visit in May or June.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. But not the point. But a military woman,
Yep.
But hey, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Right, we're all our own warriors
Right.
and fighters.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
you know, you
Yeah.
gotta be,
Yes.
you gotta be.
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta be smart in the brain. You gotta be willing to take the hits and move forward.
It's also like, now again, I hate fighting out of the ring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I fought out of the ring, like with my fist, was in my own home on Rock Street in Owen. 2 very good friends came over with a third guy. I did not know. This guy was fucking big. I mean,
Yeah.
built upstairs.
Yeah.
His legs were gigantic, like squatted like
Mm-hmm.
You didn't skip leg day.
no.
Yeah.
Now we put something up our noses, got a little happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, this is 2011. We like a month after my father died, to a point where I shouldn't have been messed with by anybody at that time. So now we I said, after blah, talking our ears off, hey, we need beer. We're gonna go to a liquor store. Went to a local liquor store in Norwood. They go out, my 2 friends come out with a 30-pack. A little brown bag with a couple of nips in it. I'm like, great. So the guy that I don't know, Kenny, comes out with a big brown bag. Oh, what do you got there? He pulls out a half gallon of ruble vodka.
Mm.
You wouldn't even clean your screws from your car with that stuff, let alone drink it.
Huh.
Late night, everything's gone, beer's gone. This guy's vodka bottle, only that much left.
Wow.
Drank it.
Wow, wow.
Now my friend, my great friend for over 15 years, Brian and Lou. Lou's a great guy too, from Rosendale. So
Where I'm from.
Rosendale.
Yeah, I'm a Rossi kid. 30 years.
Hey, you're a Rossi.
I am.
You're a
I am a
Rossi
Rossi
rat.
kid. Yeah, I am.
That's what
I
they
am,
call it.
but not the snitch type. No. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I know, but some people get confused.
It wasn't like
Right.
snitch.
Right. The worldwide views, just so you know.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I can still remember my father taking me to Italian guy owns all the restaurants and bars. Dedham.
Yep.
Yeah, Dedham, West Rock.
That's where I'm at now.
Rosendale.
Yep.
Dallas. Not the point, but okay, so, but for me, in my condo, I had 2-bedroom condo in Norwood. I only moved up here because of my wife, to be closer to her family. And, but, so, And, so Brian, now it's, 12 o'clock at night. I get the Italian neighbors above me to hear everything, and they don't want to be bothered at night. They're up early, they go to work. Brian, please be quiet, please. Play music on his radio, sing along to it like he's a teenager. Yeah? I'm like, Brian, please. Finally, no, I'm not gonna hit Brian, he's my friend. I do stand up and intimidate.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
A bit of mafioso. Yeah.
No, Marvin, just intimidate.
Right.
Physically to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
So this kid, guy, Kenny, finally, Kenny said, sucker shoves me in my bookcase like that. All my stuff. My father's memorabilia, my memorabilia, all I come off that bookcase like I was coming off the ropes in a fight. Bang, bang, bang! Out like a light on my living room floor. So then, but in the middle of this, I had to make sure that Brian and Lou did not get involved. This was quick thinking.
Yeah.
Lou, bang, body shot, he takes a knee. Brian and I drew into, this time, renting the other room to get some extra money coming in. And the guy in there, Dave, unfortunately dead today, fentanyl.
Yeah.
And he was not a heroin user, but he would hit the streets on Worcester, looking to get some coke, and that's what you're gonna get. But but Dave, worked long hours doing security. God bless him. He wanted to sleep. He didn't want to be bothered. He could come in. He came in like an hour before. He's trying to sleep. Then he's trying to sleep because he's got to work again the next day. So I get rid of the two guys and then I focus on Ken. And I drop him quick. But then I jumped on him. And Ken, a couple more times, in the headbutt him once. Because it's not going to be a comeback. He's not going to get up and start fighting with me again.
Right.
And attract the police. Get him done quick. Hey, now. So now to revive him, to get him to the car. Brian and Lou hit him, one under one arm. Like that. One under one arm. And for the kid's eye was shut tight, but the jaw was so weak. And days later, he's in Franklin, Massachusetts, which Medfield is near Franklin. I've been there many times.
Right.
So he's telling everybody in Franklin, Peter McNeeley sucker punched me. And Brian and Lou corrected all those people. I don't want that. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight with anybody at all, ever.
No.
But you put hands on me, you have to expect it. And I will defend a weaker person than myself. A friend, even not a friend. I see them being beaten or bullied by somebody else. I'm going to help them.
That's right. Always having a good heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
It's how people should be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The toughest.
Unfortunately, today, stabbing, shootings, still, this doesn't stop.
No.
It's important.
Right.
Yeah.
This doesn't ever stop.
The toughest people always want peace.
Yeah.
Fighting's the
Yeah.
last resort.
Yes.
And they're emotional too, and they care. Having a strong heart. Even the toughest cry, and that's the way it is for a natural human.
Hey,
You know.
I'll watch a movie and shed tears.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Fact.
You can still be a fighter and a warrior, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
we all have emotions. We're human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Just like I told you guys about Mike Tyson.
Mhm.
He said, you and me too. And you get it right down. Just another out of the ring, just another regular guy.
Right.
Well, that's the point of balance anyway. You need it in equal parts. The aggressive side for defense, but you need.
What do you mean?
That's right. But
You always got to be
I'll put
ready.
it this way.
You always got to be ready.
after you knock them down, it don't hurt to pick them up again and level it off a little bit. But you might have to knock someone down. That's part of me being into martial arts. I got bullied a lot. Dyslexia for one. And I had some other issues too, but believe it or not, yes, I'm a loner. I don't get out much with people.
I hear you. Neither do
Yeah.
I.
And I used to get beat up a lot, and I understood the suffering of getting beaten up, but because you get mobbed by a bunch of people. So I grew up hating
Been
bullies.
there.
I hated bullies. I also didn't like hurting people because I was brought up. Argue something out. Don't beat up people because it just makes people miserable.
Talking. I don't even argue.
You
Talking
try,
out.
you try to. But the problem also comes, and this is the issue, that I have so much respect for people like, Ben Carson, who in politics, and George Foreman. Because they started out, George
Remind
Foreman.
me about Ben.
All right. Well, Ben Carson, he was on the, he was on the Trump administration for HUD, housing and urban development.
Yes.
And when he was 15, he stabbed a kid. Just for the hell of it, basically. He just come up bad. And then it took a couple of days, weeks later, and he turned around. He said, I can't do this no more. I don't want to be that person. And he became a healer. He got to be a doctor, a neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
Because he could understand, because he lived it. He understood violence, and in response to understanding violence,
He got put
he
in
became...
juvenile detention.
I'm not sure what it was. I just think
Right.
the environment made him rotten.
I understand.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And then when he saw that violence, he turned around and he said, no, I don't want to be that, and I want to be a healer. And he became that. George Foreman, in his days when he was fighting back in the late 60s to the 70s,
Locking people dead.
yes, he actually said on a number of occasions that he went into the ring with the intent to kill somebody.
That's what we all do.
And I don't mean kill them like beat them into the mat. I mean, they would take them to the
I
morgue.
understand, but
Right?
in a boxing, it's a simple fact.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to do. You don't want that to happen,
Right.
but you're still gonna try to do
But
it.
that's what the referee is for, to keep you from killing them. But get this, George Foreman turned around to be a minister because he said, I don't want to go with this in my heart of hatred and want to kill everybody. He said, I gotta go and be this way. I'm going to try to be sweet and lovable, be a minister, and he's been taking care of people. With me, when I fought, for being bullied, I hated it. But things turned around for me where I didn't like fighting when it started. But once I got into it, you get that blood craze.
I know.
You want to kill that person. And you get, you know what? It's almost, this is going to sound crazy to you people out there. Some of you, it's almost sexual that you want to kill that
It's
person.
a switch.
That switch, it hits you, you floating. You got a high you can't imagine.
Right.
You got that elevator stomach when your stomach,
sneak.
you feel like you can
What's
just
that?
fly.
I had to sneak
And
Oh yeah.
you want to kill that person that bad, and you got to tone it down. So now, I had my moment,
Cheers.
and I had to turn
Yeah.
myself
Okay.
around and say, I don't want this. I got to be better about people. When they get on my bad side, I got to pull myself back. And I think that's too the discipline of any form of the martial art, including boxing. You get to be more loving to
Of
people.
anybody.
Yeah.
It's gonna start here.
Right.
The
Having
idea is-
empathy.
You're right, because you get that brother love attitude because you say is, I know how easy it is to kill somebody, and I know how easy it is for you to kill somebody, me included, and we don't need that. So you work harder to find that peace so you don't have to be that monster. Right. You don't want to kill anybody. Nowadays you out on the street.
There's no place for hate.
But that's it.
No.
Yeah.
Some punk's gonna
Ever.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Right.
some punk's gonna get drunk and they want to make a mess of
don't-
things.
I-
They're gonna mess your life up and theirs if it gets down to it.
I don't hate anybody.
No.
There's just people I choose not to be around.
There you go.
That's why I write.
There you go.
That's right.
Right. Life's
Yeah.
too short to hate,
Yeah.
and just be around good people, good vibes.
I've had people
When someone has bad juju, that's when you go
Yes.
away,
I've
far
had-
away.
You can make this life a heaven
Better.
and hell.
Better.
You can, if
you
you're
can
good
make
to
it
me,
wrong. You
right?
can make it better.
If you can be nice to me, that's a piece of heaven. If I can be nice back, we're bringing heaven to earth. He's going to bring us to heaven because we brought it to earth. There's the reward. The flip side is, if you really want to embrace hell and bring hell on earth, you're going to get it back. Because you're never going to hit somebody without getting hit back down the way. That's why, like I said, a lot of martial artists, including boxing, don't forget, I think we do have a lot of compassion for each other because we know we live that difference of peace and war every time you step in a ring and then you leave it. You went into hell, you went into war. When you leave it, you go back to family, you take care of your kids. You love your manager who saved your ass from getting a beat down and the cut doctor that fixed you up. And you see that love from those guys as much as you've seen that war aspect of the boxing. And
There's
I
an
think,
art to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're going to see in a lot of martial arts. George Foreman being the sweetheart he is today from being almost a murderous type monster back
Right.
then.
He did a 180.
Yeah.
And he developed empathy.
Because you have to look at yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's the measure of character too that you see here with
What makes
Pete.
a man a man?
Yes,
The goal
it
is
is.
Or
That's
a,
right.
or a woman
Right.
a woman.
Yeah.
And you're mentoring kids, trying to keep them on the straight now. And there again is the brother love, because you came from a hard beginning and you learned to soften it up, to bring that peace and kindness to other people. It's a good way, it's a hard start, but it's a good way to
I
finish.
saw no hardness in Medfield. I saw it at home.
Mhm.
And you know what? Boxing gave me everything.
Yeah,
It gave me amateur and pro. It gave me everything. But the most important thing it gave me was that.
yeah,
And that.
absolutely. Absolutely.
It all starts within you, and you
Yeah.
project it outwards.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
What you do emulates through everything.
Yes.
And being connected with God really helps
Yes.
enhance that
Yes.
into great prosperity.
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, prosperity is a word for not just money. So it's not about money.
No.
You know?
The
It's
energy.
about- it's about
Health. Health.
Yeah.
Well-being.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
The energy you project out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of health, one moment.
All right. I'll cut it short.
Hold on.
wrap these up pretty soon.
Yeah.
You already asked everything?
Hmm?
You already asked
Yeah.
everything?
No bread down either.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get something to eat though.
Take that for life. Till I die.
Yeah.
Till I got there.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took one when I woke up. Took one. No.
We'll sign out on this video soon, so.
Mhm.
So Hurricane Peter McNeeley, what do you want to tell the viewers as a sign-off message?
Thank you very much. I love you all.
This is Derek's Discussions. Thank you for viewing. Like, share, subscribe, and comment on the video. Thank you again, Mr. Hurricane himself.
And peace and brother love to you and everybody out there.
Pleasure having you in my home.
Deuces.
Thanks for inviting us.